This house is insane. Looks like you're building a Ritz-Carlton here. William and John build for so many other people. They're not ready to do it for themselves.
I like the kind of 60s feel to the roof.
What I'm showing you here is obviously a teardown.
It's definitely a property that fits the criteria that we're looking for.
Well, we've got options. John is the numbers guy, and he's going to either reinforce what we have to say or put the big kibosh on it. Hey guys.
Hey Gary, how you doing?
I'm here meeting with William Hefner and John Finton.
Pretty well. We're just looking at our stone books here, making sure William loves everything that we bought.
John is a prolific builder and William's a top architect. This house is insane. Looks like you're building a Ritz-Carlton here. They know so much about what it takes to build a great house, and they do it for so many other people. They're not ready to do it for themselves. So we're going to discuss finding a spec project for the two of them to do. Wow.
This is something else, huh?
This is insane.
Yeah, this is the living room.
This is a beautiful room. Right now, we have a really interesting thing going on where you've got some properties going for more than they've ever sold for, ever. There's also properties that are distressed, and they're probably at a 7 or 8 year low. If you can buy one of these properties in a prime area that are on the low end and make it one of these trophy properties, you can make a lot of money. So tell me, are you looking for a ground-up situation? You're looking to redo a house?
You know, both. I mean, obviously there's less carrying time involved with redoing something than building from scratch, for sure.
Well, we're going to probably end up looking at both.
I think we would know right away whether you keep it or you scrape it. We have done these homes for other people for years, and I've watched a lot of other people make a lot of money. Obviously, we love what we do, and we do what we love. But hopefully, at the end of the day, it's profitable for us.
Anything that's a good deal, I'm going to run by you.
Awesome. William will go take a look at the properties with you, and if we see something we like, I'll circle back.
This is for profit. So above it all, what they're looking for is the right deal. We've got almost an acre here in the city of Beverly Hills, which is key. I think these properties are very strong contender. A 1 acre property with 3 separate structures on it, and that's very hard to find in Beverly Hills. How you doing?
Gary. Come on in.
It's not a wow house, but it could make a really cool compound for the artist type.
There's a guest house all the way out. The main house is here. Have a look. I'll be here if you have any questions.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I like the kind of 60s feel to the roof here.
I do too.
It's kind of different than the vibe you get when you walk up and see the house. And I like the idea of adding another window in here, because getting a window in here is going to make the room feel wider.
Right, okay.
Which I think that would be good.
Now, this is the kitchen. I actually like the space.
You know, and if we got this house, the whole idea would not be to do big moves here, but I feel like the kitchen's in the wrong place.
The whole kitchen?
The whole kitchen. I feel like if you're going to go to the expense to replace the kitchen, take over the maid's room and the little room next to there, make it a kitchen breakfast area that opens out to the pool.
Oh, interesting. So here's the master, super cool.
I like the size, and the beam ceiling's great. My nagging concern is it's still a 1-bedroom house inside, right?
It would be nice to get some more bedrooms in here if it's possible. This is really hard to find in Beverly Hills.
Whoa.
Now, the guest house will solve the bedroom problem for some buyers, but not all buyers.
Yeah, and I think that contributes to the compound feel. This house seems to have good bones. I would have to confirm the exact numbers with John, but you know, it looks like there's potential for profit. It's definitely a property that I think fits the criteria that we're looking for.
Well, we've got options. The next one's a tear down.
Okay.
It's gonna take more time, but it could be, you know, a real payday.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I'll set it up, and then that'll be our next move. What I'm showing you here is an 1.5 acres on Benedict Canyon. It's obviously a teardown. I'm looking at a property here for William and John.
Hello,
How you doing?
Roger Perry, Rodeo Realty.
This area, I think, is going to have a big resurgence. There's several properties spotting this area that people have come in and built major estates.
This house has been sitting like this for quite a while.
Right.
And it needs somebody to come in here and develop this into a nice property.
If William and John built a major 7,000-foot house here, you've got something that I could sell all day long for 8 figures. Now, I hope you don't mind, the owner asked us to take off our shoes. He didn't want us to scuff the floor.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is what you get for $2.8 million these days, huh?
Yeah, you'd have to redo it, then tear it down. Now, by the way, a nice feature is this pool comes with its own alligator. So you don't have to go buy your own.
We wanted to see a range of projects, and this is a completely different animal than the previous house. This definitely has a lot of privacy.
Yeah.
But to me, I think you'd want to get the house farther away from the street.
Right.
And you're going to have to build retaining walls to deal with this hillside. And if you had to run 2 or 3 retaining walls the length of the property, you could go through $1 million pretty fast.
And then the court, it could use a little resurfacing.
I mean, it's a little cracked up, which indicates the soil's not great either.
I don't like the sound of that.
This would have too much risk associated with it. Because even if you get the green light that you've got pretty good soil and you can build these retaining walls, during construction you could hit some bad soil or bad depths and you could end up losing all your profits.
Even though they say a tear down is fine, I think it would be easier and quicker redoing something. So this is the past.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next. The deal here is this is Trousdale, which is prime time. I showed William a tear down and just too many ifs with the geology there. And now we're in Trousdale. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
This area is very hot, so it makes a good spec dealer.
Make yourself at home. If you have any questions, just let me know.
All right, thanks a
Okay.
lot. Here's the family room right here.
It feels like if you could have light on both sides of this room, you wouldn't feel like you're hogging up the yard so much with building.
Okay, here's the kitchen. You know, this is similar to the other house where the kitchen's tucked, back here in a kind of uninteresting place.
I think if we were able to get the kitchen over in the existing dining room space, that whole thing would have a view out towards the pool and the yard. It's a little more involved than the other house we looked at.
Right. Here's the master.
It's a lot of space, but I think this should be all a wall of glass that looks out of the backyard.
This is a giant pool.
I mean, I think I would definitely try to make this pool smaller and get more patio. I get excited because I can visualize how it would look by addressing all the areas we talked about. The downside is, I know it'll look nice, but I just don't know if it's going to make sense as a business deal.
So is this house on the possibility list?
I think so. It's definitely more involved than the other house we looked at. You're essentially stripping it to the studs and redoing all the surfaces.
Right. If the numbers work in Trousdale, you're not going to get caught off guard where the market goes a little south. There's buyers for Trousdale. There's a guarantee. All right, let's head out.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
I've seen 3 properties with William. So we're going to sit down today, and I just want to get a feel for if he's made any distinctions, any preferences.
I think Lago Vista is the best of the things we've seen so far. And I like that it's got the long driveway, it's got privacy, and then it has that compound feel. And I think if we do the right things architecturally, it'd be a great property.
Yeah, that actually has something to work with.
It's very important for us to make a good impression with the first project, and it needs to be satisfying. We're both really busy when we don't want to do something that doesn't kind of make a statement.
I think we should go back with John and take a close look at it.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful because that way we could try to fine-tune our math on it.
Right. If the numbers work on Lago Vista, I think they could do something really good with it. And that's the kind of property that we will have multiple offers on. So we got almost an acre here.
Beautiful setting.
Yeah, it is a great setting. We're coming back for a second showing on this property.
Very cool living room.
Yeah, I love the ceilings. John is the numbers guy, and he's gonna either reinforce what we have to say or put the big kibosh on it.
My initial reaction is people expect an entryway. You don't walk right into the living room.
Mm-hmm. This area could be totally fixed.
Be easy to level these floors off. Maybe put a window in there depending on what's on the other side. The heart of the house, the kitchen.
Yeah.
Obviously at the price point we're looking for, we got to make it just drop dead.
Yeah, I really think this kitchen shouldn't be here.
It has to be redone, so as long as you're going to rip it out, you might as well put it where it needs to be. I like the idea of the remodel just because there's not a lot of risk.
So the master's got some height.
This is the best room so far. You wouldn't have to do much here. In terms of doing the work, it's easy to do. In terms of timing, this goes a lot faster. So at the right price, this would come together for sure. Great backyard, a lot of privacy, it's cool.
And that's a 3-bedroom guest house.
Right.
Which is really rare.
Yeah, I think we'd need to get another bedroom or 2 out of the house, though.
Right.
And I think we're looking at least $1.5 million here to make this place what we need. And I think in order to do that, I think we need to buy this thing in the low 2s.
Yeah. We're in the middle of taking a look at how much it's going to cost and how much we're going to get out of it and how much we can buy it for. So there's three big unknowns right now. But I think that this is probably a $6 million property. So the potential for, them writing an offer is there. I'll talk to the broker and we'll take it from there.